your host for today's live broadcast. We will start with the national news. Al-Ruhaishi, the number 2 leader of Al-Qaeda globally and the head of AQAP, has been reported to have been killed in a US drone attack in Yemen's Hadramaut region. Although USA authorities were trying to confirm Al-Ruhaishi's death, his death seems to have been confirmed by a video from the group AQAP. When the news spread, AQAP answered by tweeting that he had been martyred and that the military commander, Qasem al-Rim, has been appointed as his replacement. Al-Ruhaishi worked as secretary for Osama bin Laden for years in Afghanistan. In 2001, he was arrested by Iranian authorities and was imprisoned in Yemen without charges. But in February 2006, he escaped with 23 other Yemeni captives. Al-Ruhaishi became the leader of Al-Qaeda Yemeni operation. In January 2009, the Al-Qaeda group in Yemen and Saudi Arabia merged and formed Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, AQAP, of which Al-Ruhaishi became the leader. In different videos, he claimed the increase in Western worship of the Horn of Africa to fight piracy when were really intended to oppress Islam. In December 2011, he released a statement on jihadist websites warning that AQAP will be intervening in students fighting Houthi militia. In 2013, Al-Qaeda Emir Ayman said that Al-Ruhaishi could become the next Emir of Al-Qaeda. In a video that surfaced in April last year, he greeted followers and said, "We must eliminate the cross. The bear of the cross is America." And it seems like the largest and most dangerous gathering of Al-Qaeda in years. However, the National Security Council Ned Price said that Al-Ruhaishi's death had struck a major blow to Al-Qaeda's most dangerous affiliate. He added that the killing had removed an experienced terrorist leader from the battlefield, as Al-Ruhaishi was thought to be the highest-ranking Al-Qaeda leader killed since Bin Laden's death in Pakistan in 2011. Just yesterday, CVS bought off Target's 1,660 pharmacy stores. This action by CVS will mean less competition and higher prices on the market. Now, the main question is, will this transaction be a benefit or a cost for the CVS business? We will be back after the break with the local news.
This is Julian Lee with the box office report. We are outside.
Of USA, a very curious event has taken place on several beaches of southern California. Visitors on the beach reported seeing a bright red cover delineating the coast. When they came closer, they found out that the phenomenon was caused by thousands of little red crabs. These crabs also go under the name of Pleurocondes planipes, or simply tuna crabs, seen as they are the main form of nutrition for tunas swimming, where groups of these crabs are found. These little animals live in the continental shelf west of Mexico, and they are usually found only southwest of San Diego. But in warmer years, they can arrive also in California. When this happens, it's also perceived as indicative of El Niño certain oscillation, a term which refers to the effect of a band of sea surface temperatures which are anomalously warm or cold for long periods of time. Tuna crabs, 1 to 3 inches long, are innocuous, and once they are washed ashore, their life cycle can be said to be over. The Pleurocondes planipes life cycle starts with an adult population living along the southwestern coast of the United States, while the larvae are immediately swept by the California current thousands of miles out to sea. The larvae then use an opposing undercurrent at a lower depth to return to the continental shelf. the Critters Beach before in Newport and Laguna, but Sunday's activity in Huntington was defined as unusual by Marine Safety Lieutenant Michael Birdlane, who had not seen a similar occurrence in 34 years with their city. The crabs that have been washed on shore are native of Baja California, and as Times reported, they first appeared in the late 1990s locally and then several years later in the Channel Island. And now for the local news. Los Gatos is one of the 3 cities where the police are crediting the cameras for burglary arrests. In fact, last year, police in Los Gatos started a registry called Los Gatos on Watch, a program where the residents can give their information from their security cameras. 80 residents and businesses are participating, and police now know where the cameras are situated. Los Gatos police lieutenant said that this program is helping solving crime in a timely manner and giving the officers the ability to identify suspects and react on investigative leads in a timely fashion. It really helped. We can see some examples. Outside the Belgian Diamonds, owned by Bob Scoobies, there is a camera, and it was used as evidence by the police. Scoobies reported saying that he thought there was a break-in or a fight. He also added that they were able to provide video, and it just happened to be within their scope. In Los Gatos, one video is used to arrest the suspect thief who stole packages from homes. In Oakland, the police arrested 3 burglaries thanks to a good shot of the plate. The same thing is happening in Fremont, too. As a final example, in San Francisco, the cameras recorded a gas station robbery that went bad. The robbers shot at the clerk, who ran off. Investigators are using the video to identify them. A little closer to home on Sunday, at the Umatilla Trail near Cherokee Trail, a fire started at 2:10 p.m., causing about $200,000 damages to a home in unincorporated Santa Clara County, while also injuring a firefighter. He was treated by the medics who released him at the site of the fire. Battalion Chief Mike Chrisman said that the fire burned throughout the attic of 2,200 square foot home and part of a tree above the home. He said firefighters were able to contain the fire to the home despite how close homes are to each other. Chrisman also declared that Cal Fire sent an helicopter to the area because the fire posed a wildland threat. The helicopter crew made one water drop to help the firefighter crew stop the fire. The fire was put out at 3:10 p.m. and its cause doesn't appear suspicious, but it's still under investigation. Meanwhile, 2 people can stay at their home, and they have made arrangements with their insurance company, planning to temporarily stay with either family or friends. The chief also reminded the community to trim the vegetation along the neighborhood roads so crew can get it. He also asked residents to follow Cal Fire guidelines for cleaning the roof of gutters of flammable material and keeping the vegetation the required distance from the home. Now we got to Julian reporting the box office report.
This is Julian Lee with the box office report. We are outside Los Gatos Theater, where Jurassic World just released last Friday. After 3 long Jurassic Park movies, the park is finally opened in the 4th movie. The tourists finally flood the land of the new Jurassic World. But will anything bad happen? The fictional park isn't the only place getting flooded. The movie made $204.6 million over the weekend, making it the highest grossing movie this weekend and smashing weekend box office records. But dinosaurs aren't the only thing taking up the theater. Featuring the runner-ups, the new action comedy Spy is about an unexperienced undercover agent on a serious mission. While watching, you have to ask yourself, how will she mess up now? This good laugh made $15.6 million. The apocalypse scene San Andreas is about a world-changing earthquake that takes many lives. The world-ending film made $10.8 million. The 2 honorable mentions include a screen with Insidious Chapter 3 and get pitch slapped, as Pitch Perfect 2 continues from the $6.4 million that they made. And this is the end of the box office report. Back to you, Elisabetta.
Welcome back, I'm Elisabetta Litterio and you are watching the news at noon on KCAT TV 15. We will now head north to talk about the FIFA Women's World Cup. Yesterday was an exciting day because the game winners advanced into the knockout stage. The first game of the day was Germany versus Thailand. The German team was just too strong for Thailand. They passed and kept the ball close to them. When the German team got that chance, they made a goal. In the end, Germany beat Thailand 4-0. In Edinburgh, Canada, this was an important game because the host country was playing for entry into the knockout stage. Despite knowing they already had high percentage of a chance for advancing into the next stage. In the 90th minute, the real action started. The Canadian team held the ball passing it into the Netherlands box. When the ball bounced off a Dutch player's foot, Canadian midfielder Ashley Lawrence was right there and smacked it in. This gave Canada the confidence to take control of the game. Canada's defense triumphed with great tackles, pushing up and down when they needed to. The host team had many chances to get goals, but their free kicks and penalties were wide of the goal. By the 30th minute, Canada's passage were not going to be to the players they wanted the ball to go to. In the 87th minute, the Dutch broke free, passing it to the Dutch player Van de Ven, tying it 1-1. Both teams have advantages into the next stage. Soccer is a great sport of sportsmanship, but the New Zealand coach Tony Readings did not show any sportsmanship for the game yesterday. At the end of the game, the Chinese coach tried to shake the hand of Tony Readings, but Readings denied the handshake. New Zealand is now out because of the tie to China 2-2. Today at 5 p.m. the United States women's team and now, for NBA news, it has been announced yesterday that LeBron James is the MVP of the NBA Finals, whether his team wins or loses. After winning Game 5 on Sunday, the Golden State Warriors are only one game away from winning their first title in 40 years. So, the main question is, will the Golden State Warriors be able to make history, or will the Cleveland Cavaliers come back from a deficit and take the series? Game 6 will be held tonight at 6 p.m. in the Cleveland Stadium. Don't miss this. After the break, we will be back with Julian Lee with a 5-day weather forecast.
You'd think it would be easy to tell which kids have trouble with their eyesight.
Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty.
But that's not always the case. Even though 1 in 4 children may have a vision problem, eye doctors tell us the symptoms aren't always so obvious. For clues on how to spot the real-life signs of childhood vision problems, visit checkyearly.com, a public service message from the Vision Council of America, and reading is fundamental.
Thank you very much. My name is Julian Lee, and this is KCAT Weather with your 5-day forecast. Now look out, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to be a mighty hot weather out there this week. Today, on Tuesday, we will have a high of 85 degrees and a low of 55 degrees with wind going up to 14 miles per hour. Then on Wednesday, we will have a high of 89 degrees and a low of 55 degrees with winds also going up to 14 miles per hour. Now on Thursday, we will have a low of 87 degrees and a low of 6 degrees with winds going up to 15 miles per hour. Then on Friday, we will have a high of 90 degrees and a low of 58 degrees with winds also coming up to 15 miles per hour. Thank you very much. This is Weather with Julian, the KCAT forecast.